Shalom. So today we're going to understand unhappiness. This is something we all have experienced, but most of the times we don't really understand it. So it keeps overpowering us, right? Now, one of the things we usually do is try to get to understand it through the mind, but the mind can only relate to matter. Therefore, you cannot go to the root cause of that unhappiness. When we look at the causes of our unhappiness, you'll notice that when you lost your job, you experience that unhappiness. When you lost your relationship, your marriage, you experience the same unhappiness. When your child had a fever, you experience that same unhappiness. When your salary came a bit short, you experience that same unhappiness. When your car broke down on the highway, you experience that same unhappiness. So from the standpoint of the mind, we're going to always look at objective reasons. These are many different reasons, but produce the same result. Therefore, there is still a root cause that we need to get to. Now, what is the root cause? Okay, so the first reason we're going to look at is our judgment. What do I mean, judgment? All of these causes that we talk about, whether it's your job, your car broke down, the money didn't hit the account, or whatever the case is, there's one thing, one judgment that the mind places on it. And that judgment is, I don't like it. You don't have to verbally say you don't like it. Subconsciously, the belief is, I don't like this feeling. And therefore, when you don't like it, that same belief is going to manipulate your ego to want to change your situation. So you just lost a relationship, you're unhappy, you're going to want to change that, so you want to get another relationship. But that's not the root cause. Because even when you get into another relationship, guess what? The feeling of unhappiness does not really go away, because unhappiness is not an experience that needs to be covered with another experience. Unhappiness is something that needs to be understood, not to change it, but to understand it. And in that understanding, the ignorance of it will dissolve. Now let's look at this analogy. Say for example, you're at work, you used your pen and then you placed it in your hair, right? You don't remember that the pen is in your hair. No, you're looking for the pen at the desk. You cannot find it. You get upset. You get agitated. You even get angry at the last person you remembered lending the pen to. Right? So somebody walks in and said to you, hey, what's wrong? You said you can't find your pen and you're upset because you need to use it now. But the person said, hey, isn't the pen in your hair? And you went like this. And know what? You smile. Why? You were not agitated or upset because the absence of the pen. You were agitated because you forgot the truth of yourself that is always there. So the relationship left. Your husband or your wife left. You did not leave. You lost the job. You did not lose yourself. Your money was short in the bank account. You yourself were not short. So because of the way the mind makes contact with these objects, you start to identify yourself with the objects. So once these objects go away, whether it be a relationship, emotions, whatever it be, once they go away, you think that you also go away with it. And that's where the judgment comes in. I don't like this feeling. But once you remember that, no, what you are is still here. So the happiness is what you are. It's not an emotion that comes and goes. And when you remember that, that's when you can smile. So that's all you need to do. You only need to understand it. So now when you can look back at the unhappiness, guess what? It dissolves. The more you remember yourself, is the more you forget the unhappiness. It's dissolving. So unhappiness is not something that you need to change. It's something that needs to be understood.